I have £25,000 in Lisa now, and I'm moving up north by December. How easy is it buying a loan? Because people keep telling me that I can't buy a 3-bedroom alone. You know, since buying my house as a solo buyer in the United Kingdom, I've received some DMs about this, and I think it's high time we addressed some of the questions and concerns that I've received regarding buying your house in the United Kingdom as a solo buyer. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please stay, like my videos, leave me comments below, share this video with somebody, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you are part of my OG guys, thank you so much. So this brings us to another episode of From My Inbox, where I share some of the concerns and questions that people ask me in my inbox, and I share with you guys, giving answers to see if it will actually help somebody out there. So I got this recently regarding buying a house as a solo buyer in the UK, especially as an immigrant. So it goes like this. Hi Victoria, congratulations on your house. May this be the first of many in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you so much. I assume you bought a loan, and that is the basis of my questions. How easy is it buying a loan? Because people keep telling me that I can't buy a 3-bedroom alone, and the best I can see is 1 or 2 bed flat. I have £25,000 in Lisa now, and I'm moving up north by December because of this reason. Partly because of this, because house price down south is, then she did that face emoji thing. You'll be seeing it on the screen, so I guess you'll understand. Okay, so where do we start this? So at first when I read this, what came to mind was the story that I've heard from people, especially in Lagos State, Nigeria, you know, in Nigeria generally. So when I was in Nigeria, I didn't live alone. I lived with my parents up until I traveled here. So my getting into the UK was like the real first time I'll be living by myself. And you know, I've heard stories, especially in Lagos, about how landlords will not want to give out a 2-bedroom flat or a 2-bedroom house to a single lady, not to a single man, no, to a single lady, because they believe their source of money is not pure. Like, why should a lady be having a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom house to herself? Like, I've had such ridiculous story before, but I have never ever heard about that in the Western world. So seeing this question, it just got me thinking how a lot of people still bring in that mindset that they've got from where they are coming, wherever they are coming from, you know, into the Western world, into the UK, into the US, into Canada. I mean, there are some thinking that are valid, that yes, you have such thinking, such ideology, such ideas back in your country, and you come to the UK and you find that they are still very much useful, very much helpful. In fact, they are even better than, you know, whatever thinking in that area that might be opposite that in this country. I don't know if you understand what I mean. And so that is why many people assume that you buying solo in the UK is not possible or is not feasible. And then some people who have not even tried to understand how the real estate market works in the United Kingdom will be discouraging others. That is why I usually say that information is key, and not just information. Now, the right information is key, is important, and it honestly depends on the circle of people that you flow with. Now, if you flow with me on this channel, of course, you know that we have debunked a lot of things that many people have said is not possible, it cannot be done, this is not the way it is done. We have debunked that a lot on this channel, and today will be in fact we have already debunked it because I am a living proof. So let's break down these concerns and questions step by step so that we all have a true understanding of what it means to buy solo in the United Kingdom. So firstly, when you're buying solo, it means that you are buying alone. you are buying as yourself. You are buying as a single person. So buying solo is not only restricted to a single person. You can be married and decide to buy solo. And buying solo means your name, only your name is reflected on all the paperwork that's associated with the house that you are buying. So that means any other person cannot lay claim to your house because it was bought solely by you, solely in your name. So that is what it means buying solo. So the first question she asked was, how easy is it buying alone? Because people keep telling me I can't buy a 3-bedroom alone and best I can see is 1 or 2 bed flats. My sister, it is very, very, very easy to buy alone. So recently I've done a series of videos on this channel where I shared the step-by-step process on how to buy your own house in the UK. Even if you're an immigrant on a visa, you can get your own house in the United Kingdom. I've shared that, and not once in that video have I said that you can only buy your own house if you are married or if you are buying with somebody. The basic thing you need to know, especially if you are trying to buy solo, is that as long as you've got your fund in place, you've got your deposit in place, you are in good standing financially, your mortgage advisor has cleared you and said yes, you are happy to go ahead, you are ready to go ahead. It is good to know that marital status is not a criteria for buying a house in the United Kingdom. And as a single person, you can decide to buy a 1-bed flat, a 2-bed flat, a 3-bed house, a 4-bed house, a 5-bed, a 6-bed house, in fact, 10-bed house. You can decide to buy it. And there's no discrimination based on religion or race or sex or any of that, you know, to consider you for buying your own house. As long as your financials are in good standing, you are good to go to buy your house as a solo buyer in the UK. So yes, you can buy your 3-bed, your 4-bed, whatever type of house that you want to buy in the United Kingdom, you can buy it as long as your financials are good, your credit scores are good, and the mortgage advisor and the lender have agreed that yes, you will be able to meet up with paying your monthly mortgages. Then you are good to go. So basically, when you start speaking with a mortgage advisor, one of the questions they will ask you for formality and to differentiate clearly, just to be sure, is, are you single or married? Which is common in any big thing that you want to do in this life. Like, these questions are, you know, they fly here and there. And another major thing they'll be asking you is, are you buying alone or you are buying with your spouse? So even if you say you are married, you need to let them know if you are buying with your spouse or you are buying it alone. There are a lot of married people who decide, oh, I want to buy this particular house for myself, by myself, maybe to rent it out or, you know, something like that. So they just need to know that you are buying it alone or you are buying it with somebody else. And at no time whatsoever will your marital status or the fact that you want to buy it alone interfere with the kind of house that's available for you to buy. You get? So I believe that now we have established the fact that you can buy solo in the UK. You can buy your house alone. There's no discrimination about whether you're married or not, or you're buying solo or As long as you have your money and you are ready, you're good to go. Now, another concern which I saw in this message, which I'd like to quickly address, is please advise, I have £25,000 in Lisa now, and I'm moving up north by December because house price down south is high. So for those who don't know, Lisa is known as Lifetime ISA. Let me get the real full meaning. So it means Lifetime Individual Savings Account. And you can use this to buy your first home, or you can use it as a form of retirement, you know, pot for when you are retired. So basically you have to be under 40 years to open this, and there are a lot of providers that provide it. I used it at a point, but I finally had to opt out because my house was ready and the Lisa was not ready. So basically, there are some things that you need to know when you are opening a Lisa account. Like I said, you need to be under 40. Another thing is that you have to have opened that Lisa account for at least 1 year before you can withdraw out of it. And how it works is that you can save a maximum of £4,000 in it in a year. And on top of that, the government is going to give you 25% of whatever you have saved in it. So for example, if you decide to max out that 4,000 pounds that you could save in it per year, so say this year I saved £4,000, that means the government will be adding £1,000 to it. Imagine that I have this Lisa account for 4 years and I have been maxing it out for those 4 years. So that's 4 times 4. That's 16,008. And for every year, the government is giving me 25% on top. That is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. That's extra 4,000. That makes it a total of £20,000 that I have in a space of 4 years. That is why this Lisa is very important and good if you are planning to start saving for your first home. Remember, you can only withdraw this to buy your house if it's your first house. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description box below for you to read more about the government's LISA account. Now, this person is saying that she has £25,000 in her Lisa account and she wants to move up north because the house price south is like, she's not the first person to share this with me, because I've actually had a lot of people tell me, oh, they've watched my videos and they feel it will be, you know, better up north, and so they are moving up north to build their family, to buy a house and things like that. So generally, things are more affordable in the north, and you feel like you're in the south and things are not, you know, looking the way that they should be looking. It's a good idea for you to actually look out elsewhere, look at more affordable places to live, to stay, to buy your house, you know, in the United Kingdom, which I'm happy that it is something she's looking into. So in all, basically guys, if you are planning to buy your own house as a single or as a solo person, do not be deterred, do not be discouraged, do not let people with bad information, unverified information talk you out of it. My house is a 3-bedroom house and I bought it as a solo buyer. So if I can do it, you can do it. In fact, before now, I've seen a lot of videos online about 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 25-year-olds, single of course, buying multiple houses in the United Kingdom. So being single or having an idea of buying a house alone is not out of place. If you have been saving for it and you are ready for it, please take the plunge and go for it. I've got other videos on your screen that will help you with the house buying process in the United Kingdom, especially if it is your first time buying in the UK, and especially if you're an immigrant, of course. So guys, I will see you in my next From My Inbox, and until then, thank you so much for sharing your questions with me. If you've got any questions or concerns that you'd like me to share on my channel, please make sure to reach out to me on Instagram at datnaijagirl, or you can send me an email. My details are in the description box below. And until next time, keep safe.